कि गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहरी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन जू की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपार शतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विश्व श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपानुगौरी गुरु वर्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल कोरमंडल ब्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय। श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। जय श्री श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। गौड़ीय भाष्य श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा। धन्यवाद प्रणाम्स once again. Okay. Huh? No, हमारे लग में ना. Hari Bol everybody, Dandava Pranams. So now we are continuing on with our reading from Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata. We're beginning chapter 2 of Madhya-khaṇḍa today. So first we'll do the Mangalacharan and then begin. One second. Ajnānatimirandhasya jnānanjana shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaiṣṇavebhyo namo namaha. Namo ajanulambita bhujao kanakavadato Sankirtanaikapitaro kamalayataksho Vishvambharo dvijavaro yugadharmapalo Vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro Namastrikala satyaya jagannatha sutaya cha sabhrityaya saputraya sakalatraya te namaha. Jaya 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 Vishvambhara Dvijaraj Jaya Vishvambhara Priya Vaishnava Samaj Gaurachandra Jaya Dharma Setu Mahadhir Jaya Sankirtana Moy Sundar Sharir Jaya Nityanandir Bandhava Dhana Pran Jaya Gadadhara Advaitera Prema Dham Jaya Shri Jagarananda Priya Atishay Jaya Vakreshwar Kashishwarer Hriday Jaya Jaya Śrīvāsadi Priya Varganath Jiva Prati Karo Prabhu Shubha Drishtipat Madhya-khaṇḍa Katha Jena Amriter Khanda Je katha shunile ghuche antar pashanda. Madhya-khaṇḍa katha bhai shuno ekachite. Sankirtana aramba hoilo jeno mate. O dear brothers, please hear attentively the topics of Madhya-khaṇḍa, wherein the inauguration of the Sankirtan pastimes is described. Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya devi tvam nayamam charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितरङ्ग मध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दं भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The glories of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata and and Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur from Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita. Ore mura lok shuno Chaitanya mangal, Chaitanya mahima jate jani beshakal. Krishna lila bhagavate kohe ved vyas, Chaitanya lilar vyas vrindavana das. Vrindavana dasa koilo Chaitanya mangal, Jahara shravane nashe sarvaya mangal. Chaitanya nitar jate janiye mahima, Jate jane Krishna bhakti siddhanter sima. Bhagavate jata bhakti siddhanter sar, Likhiyachen iha jani koriya udhar. Chaitanya mangal shune jadi pashandi javan, Sheho maha Vaiṣṇava hoy tatokhan. Manushe rachite nare aiche granta dhanya, Vrindavana dasa mukhe vakta Śrī Caitanya. Vrindavana dasa pade koti namaskar, Aiche granta korite ho tarila sangsar. Narayani Chaitanyer uchishta bhajan, Tar garbe janmila Śrī dasa Vrindavan. Tar ki arbhuta Chaitanya charita varnan, Jahara shravane shuddha koilo tribhuvan. Sahaje vichitra madhur Chaitanya vihar, Vrindavana dasa mukhe amriter dhar. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet, and when they are described by Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai, Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, the Gaudiya Bhashya of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Sachinanda, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat pranams, Ganga Mataji, Hari Bol. I wonder where everybody else is. Usually there's a lot of people by now. Anyhow, I see a few people watching on YouTube and Facebook. Pranams to all of you. All right, so we are now beginning chapter 2 of the Madhya-khaṇḍa. What is it? It's entitled The Lord's Manifestation at the House of Śrīvāsa and the Inauguration of Sankirtan. So today we're going to be reading. I'm not going to read this full chapter summary because we have a lot to read today, but I'll read it tomorrow. This chapter 2 of Madhya-khaṇḍa contains the following descriptions. The devotees informed Advaita of the Lord's love for Kṛṣṇa, and Advaita was delighted on hearing the same. Advaita then told all the devotees about his dream, and the devotees happily chanted the names of Kṛṣṇa. Whenever the Lord saw Śrīvāsa and the other devotees, he offered them obeisances, and the devotees in turn blessed him. The Lord accepted their good wishes and exhibited in various ways the ideal example of service to the Vaiṣṇavas. The devotees offered him their blessings and they became hopeful of his advancement in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. So that's what we're reading about today. All right. I'm just wondering if there's some problem, like people aren't able to join. No, I think they are. All right. Jaya Jaya Jagan Mangala Gora Chandra Dan Deho Hridaye Tomara Pada Dvandva. All glories to Gauranga Chandra, who is the... Why is Tridandi Maharaj calling me right now? 1 second. Sorry, okay. All glories to Gaurachandra, who is the benefactor of the entire world. Please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. Dana deho hridaye tomara pada dvandva. Bhakta goshti sahita Gauranga jai jai. Shunile chaitanya katha bhakti labhya hoy. All glories to Śrī Gauranga along with his devotees. By hearing the topics of Lord Chaitanya, one attains the devotional service of the Lord. Thakurer prema dekhi sarva bhakta gan. Parama vismita hoilo sabakaraman. When all the devotees observed the Lord's love, they were all struck with wonder. Subal? Panjika ache tomar kache? Na, tomar e panjika. Ek to panjika ne. বাবা আমাদের কত আছে তোমার একটা নেই Sorry, Tudani Maharaj is just writing me asking about Paran. He says that it's after 10 o'clock. I wrote in the calendar that it's from sunrise till 10:30, but maybe I made a mistake. That's why I just want to double check. Dang it, we don't even have a single Panjika out. Sorry, everybody. Let me just check really quick. It says after 10:33 a.m., huh? And that's on Pure Bhakti. Haribol Surevi Didi. second. That's annoying that we don't have a single Panjika. Let me just ask Chandrasekhar. One second. One second. Let me just, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second, and I just going to, because this is kind of urgent. Um, Okay, done. All right. Okay, we'll continue on. I really hope that it is before 10:30 because I just broke right before the reading started. Okay. Thakurer prema dekhi sarva bhaktagan parama vismita hoilo sabakaraman. When all the devotees observed the Lord's love, they were all struck with wonder. Parama santoshe sabe advaiter stane sabe kohilen jata hoilo darashane. In great satisfaction, they went to Advaita and informed him of what they had seen. One second, actually, I just want to write Padmanabha Maharaj because he's. Actually, I'm really sorry, everybody. This is like kind of urgent because I made a calendar for Navadvip and for which everybody's following, and I just want to make sure, and I'm going to be responsible if the if everybody's looking at the calendar that I put out and then they got it wrong. So just give me a minute. I don't think I have a calendar here. No, it's not there. I don't know where I put my calendar though, because okay, is this the current? Is it Gorabda 536 or is it 537? Let me just check. What does it even tell? Can't even find the Christian year in here. Okay, here. No, this is 1 year old. Dang it. Sorry.
537, Gorabda.
What is that?
537.
Sorry, I was far. I was away from my computer. Could you say that? It's
537th year.
yeah, I know. I can't find the current Kanjika. Oh God, that is so frustrating. Like I copied all the dates from it, and then I don't know what I did with it. This is when I was in a different place, and so I don't know where I put them. Kanjika 537. Nasuwa? Okay, I just told Subal to go call somebody and find out, and so he'll. তুমি করো, আমি পাঠ করছি, সবাই আমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করছে এখন, তুমি ফোন করো. Sorry. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, and we can continue. What's the chat say? Oh, I am back at my place in Navadvip. I just arrived last night, yesterday evening. Okay. Parama santoshe sabe advaita rastane. Sorry about that, everybody. Parama santoshe sabe advaita rastane. Sabe kohilena jata hoilo darashane. In great satisfaction, they went to Advaita and informed him of what they had seen. Bhakti yoga prabhave Advaita mahabal Advaitariyache prabhu janen shakal. The most powerful Advaita immediately understood through the influence of his devotional service. He understood the Lord has incarnated. Tatapi Advaita tattva bhujana na jai, shekhane prakashiya tokhane lukai. Yet the truth of Advaita Acharya is difficult to understand, because he sometimes reveals himself and sometimes conceals himself. Gaudiya Bhashya by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. In the Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata Adi 6 verses 26 to 30, 37 to 37, 33 to 37, 42 to 43, 113 to 115, it is said, Śrī Advaita, who is a reservoir of virtues, is the main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is identical in all respects with that Lord. As he had formerly created all the universes, now he descended to introduce the path of bhakti. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explains the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Since he has no other occupation than to teach devotional service, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is the spiritual master of all devotees and is the most revered personality in the world. By a combination of these two names, his name is Advaita Acharya. Śrī Advaita Acharya is the principal limb of the Supreme Lord. His truths, names, and attributes are all wonderful. He worshipped Kṛṣṇa with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganga, and called for him in a loud voice. Thus, Lord Chaitanya-Mahaprabhu appeared on earth, accompanied by his personal associates. It is through him, Advaita Acharya, that Lord Chaitanya spread the Sankirtan movement, and through him that he delivered the world. The glory and attributes of Advaita Acharya are unlimited. How can the insignificant living entities fathom them? Śrī Advaita Acharya is a principal limb of Lord Chaitanya. Another limb of the Lord is Nityananda Prabhu. Śrī Advaita Acharya considers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his master, and he thinks of himself as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He forgets himself in the joy of that conception and teaches all living entities. You are servants of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. The glories of Śrī Advaita Acharya are boundless, for his sincere vibrations brought about Lord Chaitanya's descent upon this earth. Acha, dashta ki? Tetirish. Acha. Everybody give me a minute. I need to update this calendar right now. You can watch me do it. Sorry, this is an emergency. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to Google Calendar because I made this calendar and I shared it with a ton of people, and this is my huge mistake. I need to send a message out to people also now. So it's after 10:33 a.m. After. আর সুবল কত সময় আছে মানে 10:33 পরে আর কত সময় আছে মানে পারান ভাঙা করার জন্য শুরু করলে 10:33 এর পরে ওকে Okay. I just need to send out a message to all the devotees here in Navadvip that I know. And I should call Padmanabha Maharaj. Oh God, dang it. 1 second. Sorry. Jaya Shri. Oops, wait, I should stop sharing my screen in case there's any. Thanks for letting me do this, everybody. Jai. Paran is okay. 1 second. Okay, I just need to send this message to Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm just sending it to all the people that I can think of here in Navadvip. Hopefully nobody broke already. I broke already. That sucks. Who else? Okay, I'm just forwarding this message to as many people as I can. Okay, forward to Padmanabha Maharaj, to Bopadev Prabhu, to my parents, to Sharbhuj and Madhavi. Yes, yes. Haribol Shivananda Prabhu.
What happened, Prabhu?
Well, here in Navadvip, Paran is after 10:33 a.m. And I made a calendar telling I made a calendar, a Google calendar, and I copied all the dates from the Bengali Panjika, but by mistake, I wrote from sunrise till 10:33 a.m. But this time, today, it's after 10:33 a.m. So I'm just sending a message to as many people as I can. I don't want to be the cause of many people breaking their fast at the wrong time. Okay. Janaki Mataji Narayan. What's her name? Narayan. Okay. Who else? Who else? Madhavi. And Padmanabha Maharaj. Okay, that's all the people I can think of. All right. Hopefully that works. All right, now we can continue. Oh, God, that was a freak out. Okay. What time is it? Okay, 7:35. I think we'll still finish on time. Haribol Krishna Maya Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, and let me see everybody who's here. Ask me later. Okay, I fixed that here, right? It's working. It says after, yes. Okay, great. Just checking that. All right. Oh, thanks for sharing all that, Kishore. Oh, you have the Bengali there. Oh, that's great. All right. Haribol, Mahi Parth Prabhu, Rup Manjari Didi, and Nitai. Dandavat Pranams. Thanks for waiting for me for this whole thing. Okay. Okay. Advaita, that really freaked me out because Śrī Advaita Acharya considers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his master, and he thinks of himself as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He forgets himself in the joy of that conception and teaches all living entities. You are the servants of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. The glories of Śrī Advaita Acharya are boundless, for his sincere vibrations brought about Lord Chaitanya's descent upon this earth. He liberated the universe by preaching Sankirtan. Thus, the people of the world received the treasure of love of Godhead through the mercy of Śrī Advaita. Who can describe the unlimited glories of Advaita Acharya? I write here as much as I have known from great authorities. The truth and characteristics of Śrī Advaita Prabhu are incomprehensible to ordinary, mundane living entities. Although by his own sweet will, he sometimes reveals his own transcendental glories, he sometimes conceals his transcendental glories. Al-Bandaru Yamunacharya has written in his Stotra Ratnamala, verse 13, as follows. O my Lord, everything within material nature is limited by time, space, and thought. Your characteristics, however, being unequaled and unsurpassed, are always transcendental to such limitations. Haribol, Dad, Paran is after 10:33. I did also. I just found out. Okay. Okay, I'm doing the reading now. Okay. Haribol. I'll talk to you later. Haribol. Oops. Okay. You sometimes cover your characteristics by your own energy, but nevertheless, Your unalloyed devotees are always able to see you under all circumstances. Okay, so the verse that we're reading, it says, yet the truth of Advaita Acharya is difficult to understand, but he sometimes reveals himself and sometimes conceals himself. Okay. Now the next verse. Shuniya Advaita Boro Harisha Hoila Parama Avishta Hoi Kohite Lagila. When Advaita Acharya heard this news, he became fully absorbed and began to speak as follows. Mor ajikara kata shuno bhai shab, nishite dekhilu ami kichu anubhav. Oh brothers, please hear me. Last night I saw something in a dream. Gitar pater arta bhalo na bhujiya, thakulaya dukha bhavi upasa koriya. I was not understanding well the meaning of a passage I read in Bhagavad Gita, so I was unhappy and took rest without eating. Kato ratre asi more bole ekajan, utaho acharya jhata koro ho bhojan. In the dead of night, someone came to me in a dream and said, rise, Acharya, go and take your meal. E phata e artha kohilu tomare, uthiya bhojana koro puja ho amare. I am telling you the meaning of the text that you read. Now get up, eat, and worship me. Ar keno dukha bhavo paila shakol, je lagi sankalpa koila she hoilo shafal. Jata upavasa koila, jata aradhana, jatika korila Kṛṣṇa bolia krandan. Ja anite bhuja tuli pratigya korila, she prabhu tomare ebe vidita hoila. God, this text is so messed up. Okay. Why are you feeling sad? You have obtained everything. Your resolution has been fulfilled. Your fasting, your worship, your tears while crying out the name of Kṛṣṇa, and your vow with raised arms, all to induce the Lord's advent, have now become successful. Gaudiya Bhashya. An elaboration of these three verses is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi 392, verses 96 to 110. One second. I'm just calling. I just saved Damodar like in the nick of time, he said. He said he was just about to put something in his mouth right when he got that message from me. And I just want to make sure that Madhavi, Padmanabha Raja's disciple, goes to his room and tells him. So, okay. So yeah, an elaboration of these three verses is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita as follows. Okay, these are the verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita from the 3rd chapter of Adi Lila. Advaita Acharya Goswami is an incarnation. Haribol Madhavi Didi. Okay. Yes, after 10. Yes, after 10:33. Great. Okay.
Yes, and I called him just now. Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. Haribol. Haribol. Okay. Well, at least it saved them. Okay. Advaita Acharya Goswami is an incarnation of the Lord as a devotee. His loud calling was the cause for Krishna's incarnation. Advaita Acharya having appeared, he found the world devoid of devotional service to Śrī Krishna because people were engrossed in material affairs. Everyone was engaged in material enjoyment, whether sinfully or virtuously. No one was interested in the transcendental service of the Lord, which can give total relief from the repetition of birth and death. Seeing the activities of the world,
The Acharya felt compassion and began to ponder how he could act for the people's benefit. Advaita Acharya thought, if Śrī Krishna were to appear as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. In this age of Kali, there is no religion other than the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But how in this age will the Lord appear as an incarnation? I shall worship Krishna in a purified state of mind. I shall constantly petition him in humbleness. My name Advaita will be fitting if I'm able to induce Krishna to inaugurate the movement of the chanting of the holy name. While he was thinking about how to propitiate Krishna by worship, the following verse, spoken by Narad Muni in the Gautamiya Tantra, came to his mind. Tulasi dalamatrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinite sam atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. Śrī Krishna, who is very affectionate toward his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers him merely a tulsi leaf and a palmful of water. Advaita Acharya considered the meaning of this verse in this way. Not finding any way to repay the debt he owes to one who offers him a tulsi leaf and water, Lord Krishna thinks, there is no wealth in my possession that is equal to a tulsi leaf and water. Thus, the Lord liquidates the debt by offering himself to the devotee. Considering this, the Acharya began worshipping the Lord. Thinking of the lotus feet of Śrī Krishna, he constantly offered tulsi buds and water from the Ganga. He appealed to Krishna with loud calls and thus made it possible for Krishna to appear. Therefore, the principal reason for Śrī Chaitanya's descent is this appeal by Advaita Acharya. The Lord, the protector of religion, appears by the desire of his devotee. Sarva deshe hoy beka Krishner kirtan, ghare ghare nagare anukhan. The chanting of Krishna's names will be spread to all countries, all towns, and all houses. Brahmara durlabha bhakti achaye jateka tomar prasade ebe shabe dekhi beka. Devotional service that is rare for even Lord Brahma will now be available to everyone by your mercy. E Śrīvāsa ghare jateka Vaiṣṇava Brahmadira durlabha dekhibe anubhava. All the Vaishnavas will experience realizations at the house of Śrīvāsa Pandit that are rare for even Lord Brahma. Bhojana koroho tumi amar vidhai, ar bar asibaya toma bhojan belai. Therefore, eat your meal. I am departing now, but I will come again while you are eating. It's a very interesting dream. Gaudiya Bhashya. The phrase amar vidhai means I am taking your leave. Chakumeli chahi dekhi e vishwambar, dekhite dekhite matra hoila antar. When I opened my eyes, I saw this Vishwambar, but he soon disappeared from my sight. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word antar means disappeared, vanished, or invisible. Krishna rahasya kichu na pari bhujite, kon rupe prakasha ba koren kahate. I cannot understand Krishna's mysteries, such as which form he manifests or in whom he manifests. Gaudiya Bhashya. Regarding this verse, it is stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 388 as follows. Lord Śrī Krishna tries to hide himself in various ways, but nevertheless, his pure devotees know him as he is. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya 6.124, it is also stated, the Supreme Personality of Godhead always resides either in the heart or in the home of a devotee. This fact is sometimes hidden and sometimes manifest, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. ইহার অগ্রজ পূর্বে বিশ্বরূপনাম আমার সঙ্গে আসি গীতা করিত ব্যাখ্যান. His elder brother Vishwarup used to come and study Bhagavad Gita with me. এই শিশু পরম মধুর রূপবান ভাইকে ডাকিতে আইসেন মোর স্থান. This child, Vishwambar, was most enchantingly attractive. He used to come to my house to call his brother. Chittavritti hare shishu sundar dekhiya ashirvad kori bhakti hok boliya. On seeing the beauty of this child, my heart was captivated. I blessed him with the words, "May you attain devotional service to the Lord." Abhijate hoy boro manusher putra Nilambar Chakravarti Tahar Dohitra. He is from an aristocratic family, for he is the son of Nilambar Chakravarti's daughter. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word abhijate means in aristocracy, or in the honor of high birth. Apane o sarva gune parama pandita ihar krishnete bhakti hoibe uchita. He is also most erudite and possesses all good qualities. So it is befitting that he has devotion to Krishna. Boro shuki hoilaya ekatha shuniya ashirvada koro shabe tathastu boliya. I have become very pleased on hearing this news. All of you kindly bless him, saying, "May it be so, tathastu." Shri Krishner anugraha ho kosabare Krishna name matta ho shakala sangsare. May the mercy of Krishna be manifest to all, and may the entire world become intoxicated by the name of Krishna. Jadi satya vastu hoy tabe ekhane shabe asiben e vamanarasthane. If all this is true, then everyone will come to the house of this Brahmana. Everyone will come to the house of this Brahmana, yeah. Anande Advaita kore paramahunkar Shakala Vaiṣṇava kore jai jaikar. Advaita Acharya roared loudly in ecstasy, and all the Vaishnavas chanted in jubilation. Hari Hari boli dake vadana sabar Uthilo kirtana rupa Krishna avatar. As they all chanted the names of Hari, Lord Krishna manifested there in the form of kirtan. Jai. Gaudiya Bhashya. All the residents of Sri Navadvip Mayapur began to hear and chant the sound vibration of Sri Hari's names, which are non-different from Hari himself, with pure service-inclined tongues. As a result, Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his holy names, appeared there in the form of his glorification, sound vibration, and holy names. Keho bole nimai pandita bhalo hoile, tobe sankirtana kori mahakutuhale. Someone said, when Nimai Pandit becomes a devotee, then we will have tumultuous kirtans. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word bhalo refers to a non-envious saintly person, a devotee or Vaishnav. Acharyere pranati koriya bhaktagan anande cholila kori hari sankirtan. All the devotees then offered their obeisances to Advaita Acharya and left, chanting the names of Hari. One second, I'm just checking one last thing. Let's just see on the calendar for Vrindavan if I made a similar mistake. I don't think so, though. Let's see. I just need to. The calendar for Vrindavan says this. Okay, now let me check. Let me check the GVP calendar just to make sure. Let's see what the GVP calendar says. For Vrindavan, I'm checking. And in the mats, they use Surya Siddhanta, and the purebhakti.com calendar is not done according to Surya Siddhanta in India. And so that's why in the mats, they do it a little bit different than what you'll see in Pure Bhakti. So I'm just checking the date. Oops, I went too far. October, November, December 9. Okay. 1 second. Let me just write in our, I'm just fixing it on the Vrindavan calendar. Same thing. It's interesting. The Pradantam is exactly the same in Vrindavan and in Navadvip. Okay, I have a TT group, TT countdown. Okay, there, I just wrote in our TT countdown group. Okay. Okay, so all the devotees, they then offered their obeisances to Advaita Acharya and left, chanting the names of Hari. Prabhu sange jahara jahara dekha hoy, parama adar kori sabe sambhashay. The Lord spoke with great respect to everyone he met. Prata kale jabe prabhu chale ganga snane, Vaiṣṇavas bar sange hoy darashane. When the Lord went in the morning to take bath in the Ganga, he met many Vaishnavas on the way. Śrīvāsa dekhile Thakura namaskare, prita hoya bhaktagan ashirvada kore. As soon as the Lord saw Śrīvāsa or other devotees, he offered them obeisances, and the devotees blessed the Lord out of love. Tomar hok bhakti Krishner charane, mukhe Krishna bolo Krishna shuno ho shravane. May you obtain devotion at the feet of Krishna. Chant and hear the names of Krishna. Krishna bhajile she bap sab satya hoy, Krishna na bhajile rupa vidya kichu noy. My dear, if you worship Krishna, everything will be successful. And if you do not worship Krishna, then your beauty and education are useless. Kichunoi. They are nothing. Krishna she jagat pita, Krishna she jivan, dreda kori bhajo bap, Krishner charan. Krishna is the father of the universe, and Krishna is the life and soul of everyone. Therefore, my dear, worship the lotus feet of Krishna with determination. I guess this is Śrīvāsa speaking to Mahaprabhu. right? As soon as the Lord saw Śrīvāsa or other devotees, he offered them obeisances, and the devotees blessed the Lord. So the devotees blessed the Lord. So they said, yeah, this is the devotees blessing the Lord. Krishna se jagat pita, Krishna se jivan, dhrida kori bhajo bap Krishner charan. I just read that, right? And bap also means son. So it said, therefore, son, Krishna is the father of the universe, and Krishna is the life and soul of everyone. Therefore, son, therefore, my dear, worship the lotus feet of Krishna with determination. Ashirvada shuniya prabhura boro sukha, sabare chahin prabhu tuliya shrimukha. The Lord was greatly pleased with their blessings, so he cast his merciful glance on them. Tomra she koho satya kori ashirvad, tomra ba kene ano kori ba prasad. All your blessings are certainly fruitful. Why would you give any lesser benedictions? Gaudiya Bhashya. The word ana refers to that which is not related to, which is opposed to, or which is unfavorable to Krishna's devotional service. Tomra she paro Krishna bhajana divare, dasere sevile Krishna anugraha kore. You alone are capable of awarding devotional service to Krishna, for Krishna bestows his mercy on one who serves his servants. Mahaprabhu saying to the devotees. Jai Ho. Gaudiya Bhashya. Okay, so this commentary, this Gaudiya Bhashya commentary that we're going to read is very long. I think it's 2,222 words. So this is going to be the rest of our reading for today. We're just going to read this all the way till 8:30. Be at least half an hour of reading this part. Okay, so you alone are, this is the purport for this. You alone are capable of awarding devotional service to Krishna. Oh, you devotees, you alone are capable of awarding devotional service to Krishna. For Krishna bestows his mercy on one who serves his servants. This is a very important point. Krishna bestows his mercy on one who serves his servants. Gaudiya Bhashya. The second half of verse 41 and the first half of verse 43 are explained as follows. Wait, what's the second half of verse 31? Dasere sevile Krishna anugraha kore. And let's see what verse 43 is. 1 second, let me just type in 43. 43. Okay, so verse 43 says, I can have devotion to Krishna only by serving you, O devotees. Saying this, the Lord caught hold of their feet. Okay, so this is a commentary on these two verses. Verse 41, verse 43. Okay. In the Itihas Samuchai, Lomasha Muni states, Tasmar Vishnu prasadaya Vaiṣṇavan paritoshayet prasada sumukho Vishnus tenai vasyans nasamshaya. I'm just gonna call Vaijanti Mala really quick. I know that she uses the calendar. Okay. Tasmad Vishnu prasadaya Vaishnavam paritoshayet prasada sumukho Vishnus tenai vasyana samshaya. To attain the mercy of Lord Vishnu, one should satisfy the Vaishnavas. There's no doubt that by their mercy, Vishnu will be pleased. Sorry, 1 second. Vajanti, Paran is after 10:33 today. Yes. Okay, just was checking. No problem. Here also, and I made a mistake on the calendar, and so I'm just trying to let everybody knows. Okay. No problem. Okay. Sorry, guys. I feel really bad for screwing that up. Okay. Also, in the Itihas Samuchai, the Supreme Lord says, wait, let's. Name bhaktas chaturvedi, mar bhakta swapacha priya, tasmai deyam tato grahyam, sacha pujo yata hyaham. Let's just read these two translations together. To attain the mercy of Lord Vishnu, one should satisfy the Vaishnavas. There is no doubt that by their mercy, Vishnu will be pleased. Even though a person is a very learned scholar of the Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. Even though a person is born in a family of dog eaters, he is very dear to me if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activities or mental speculation. Indeed, all respects should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. In the Adi Purana, it is stated, Ye me bhakta jana partha, na me bhaktaschate jana, mar bhaktanam cha ye bhaktas, te me bhakta tamamata. Lord Kṛṣṇa told Arjuna, those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my servant are factually my devotees. This is a beautiful, very important verse. All these verses are in the Gaudiya Kantahara in the Vaiṣṇava section. At the end of the narration on Yagyamala in the Brihan Naradiya Purana, it is stated, Hari Bhakti Ratanyastu, Hari Buddhya Prabhujayet, Tasya Tushyanti Viprendra, Brahma Vishnu Shivadaya. O best of the Brahmanas, if one worships the Vaishnavas who are fixed in devotional service to Vishnu by considering them non-different bodily limbs of Sri Hari, then everyone, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are pleased. In the Padma Purana, Uttarkhanda, Shiva speaks to Uma as follows. Acharyatva tu govindam tadiyan narchayet tuya nasa bhagavato gyeya kevalam dambika smrita tasmad sarva prayatnena Vaishnavan pujayet sada. One who worships Lord Govinda but fails to worship his devotees should be understood to be not a devotee of the Lord, but simply a victim of false pride. Therefore, one should always worship the Vaishnavas by all means. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 11.26.34, Lord Kṛṣṇa speaks to Uddhav as follows. Santo dishanti chakshungsi bahirarka samuttita devata bandhava santa santa atmaham cha. My devotees bestow divine eyes, whereas the sun allows only external sight, and that only when it is risen in the sky. My devotees are one's real worshipable deities and real family. They are one's own self, and ultimately they are non-different from me. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 7.5.32, Prahlad Maharaj speaks to Hiranyakashipu as follows. Naisha matistavar urukramangrim sprishatyanartha pagamo yadartha mahiya sampada rajobhishekam nishkinchananam navrinitayavat. Unless they smear upon their bodies the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnav completely freed from material contamination, persons very much inclined toward materialistic life cannot be attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, who is glorified for his uncommon activities. Only by becoming Krishna conscious and taking shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord in this way can one be freed from material contamination. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 9.4.63, 66, and 68, the Supreme Lord speaks to Durvasa the following words. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aham Bhakta Paradhino Yasvatantra Iva Dvija sadhubhir grasta hridayo bhaktar bhakta jana priya. I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the cores of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee? Even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. Mai nirbadda hridaya sadhava samadarshana vashe kurvanti mam bhaktya satstriya satpating yata. As chaste women bring their gentle husbands under control by service, the pure devotees, who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart, bring me under their full control. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyate na jananti naham tebhyo managapi. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the core of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anything else but them. I love these two verses. Oh no, not these three verses. That's it. This one. I don't know the middle one actually, but these two. This first one. Aham bhakta paradino and sadhavo hridayam mahyam. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10:51-53, Muchakunda speaks to Kṛṣṇa as follows. Bhavapavargo brahmato. Sorry. I think it's divided strange here. Let's see. Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhavej. No, it's okay. Janasya tarhya chuta sat samagama satsangamo yarhi tadaiva sargato paravareshe tvai jayate mati. When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Achyuta, he may attain the association of your devotees. And when he associates with them, there awakens in him devotion unto you, you who are the goal of the devotees and the Lord of all causes and their effects. Oh, I guess that's not the long, this is the long commentary. Oh, okay. Tomraje amare shikhao, sorry. Tomraje amare shikhao Vishnu dharma, te bhuji amar uttama ache karma. You always teach me my duties to Lord Vishnu. This proves that I must have personally performed pious activities. This is Mahaprabhu speaking to his devotees. He says, you always teach me my duties to Lord Vishnu, and this proves that I must have previously performed pious activities. Okay, this is the long commentary that I was talking about. This will be 2,222 words. Gaudiya Bhashya. 1 second, just looking at the comments. Oh, and Hari Bol Raseshwari Mataji and Vidya Lala Sadidi. Okay. Gaudiya Bhashya. You are teaching me Bhagavat Dharma because I have previously accumulated heaps of pious activities. Activities performed with a desire to enjoy immediate results are temporary smartha dharma, are non-devotional atheistic shakta dharma. In the beginning, such activities give some apparent temporary material happiness, like heavenly pleasures to those unfortunate fruitive workers who are bewildered by false ego and attached to sense gratification. And ultimately, they give the threefold miseries of material existence. Although the subjects of non-devotional morality, knowledge, and renunciation that are found in smartha dharma may at first sight appear immediately beneficial, they do not lead one to the ultimate goal of life. Their fruits are temporary and ultimately yield bad results. But the fruit of cultivating Bhagavat Dharma is the awakening of the living entity's eternal, unadulterated auspiciousness. The phrase Vishnu Dharma means supreme occupational duties. It also means spiritual occupational duties, are occupational duties in relation with the Supreme Lord, are constitutional activities of the soul. These duties are explained in the following verses. The Hari Bhakti Vilas, 10th Vilas, states, Tata Vaishnava dharmangscha kriyamanam api swayam samprachet tadvida sadhun anyonya pritivriddhaye shraddhaya bhagavad dharman Vaishnavaya nuprichyate avashyam kathayed vidvan anyatha dosha bhag bhavet. Although one personally engages in Vaishnav Dharma to increase his love, he should make inquiries from like-minded devotees. When an intelligent person is repeatedly questioned about Vaishnav Dharma by a faithful person, he must glorify the principles of Bhagavat Dharma to such a devotee. Otherwise, he will incur sin. Wow. Okay. Na khyati Vaishnavam dharmam Vishnu bhaktasya prichatha kalo bhagavato. Oh God. I think it's supposed to be this. Prichata kalo bhagavato bhutva punyam yati shatabdikam. It is further stated in this regard that if a devotee of the Lord is questioned by another devotee regarding Vaishnav Dharma, and he does not explain those principles to him, then whatever piety he's accumulated over the last 100 births is all lost. Wow. Okay. Better answer somebody if they're asking about Vaishnav Dharma. See, my problem is I'm very shy when I'm talking to people who aren't devotees. Like when people who aren't devotees ask about what are you all about, I'm terrible at saying anything. I usually trying to change the subject. So I guess, but I don't know. Here it says if a devotee asks another devotee. So I don't know. No, it probably refers to me. Dang it. In the Kashi-khaṇḍa Dwarka Mahatma, Chandra Sharma speaks the following words. He says, I will not eat anything on the day of Ekadashi. I will constantly remain awake. I will worship you every day with festivals. I will eat on those days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami when they are even slightly mixed. Yes, Vriddha Ekadashi, Janmashtami. Yeah, when they're touched by another titi, then I'll eat on days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami. Not called Vriddha. What is it called? Anyways, I will observe the 8 types of Mahadwadashi for your pleasure. I will engage in your devotional service with my life and wealth. I will regularly recite your 1,000 names. I will regularly worship you with tulsi. I will wear beads made of tulsi. I will chant and dance throughout the day and night of Ekadashi. I will smear my body with the pulp of tulsi wood, and thereafter I will sing your glories. I will visit Mathura every year, and I will study literatures describing your glories and hear topics about you. I will regularly touch the water that has washed your feet to my head. I will duly accept your remnants. I will touch your garland remnants to my head, and I will offer you my favorite item and then take your remnants. O Kṛṣṇa, I swear before you that I will perform only those activities that are pleasing to you. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 7.7 verses 30 to 32, it is stated, one must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession, should be offered to the spiritual master. And in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord, hear the glories of the Lord with faith, glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord, always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Shastra and Guru. One should always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his localized representation as the Paramatma, who is situated in the core of every living entity's heart. Thus, one should offer respect to every living entity according to that living entity's position or manifestation. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 11.2.34, Kavi Muni, one of the 9 Yogendras, he speaks to Nimi, the king of Videha, as follows. Even ignorant living entities can very easily come to know the Supreme Lord if they adopt those means prescribed by the Supreme Lord himself. The process recommended by the Lord is to be known as Bhagavat Dharma, or devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 11.3, 23-30, Prabuddha Muni, one of the 9 Yogendras, speaks to Nimi, the king of Videha, as follows. Oh shoot, did I already read that? Sorry, guys. Oh, no. I didn't read this, okay. A sincere disciple should learn to disassociate the mind from everything material and positively cultivate association with his spiritual master and other saintly devotees. He should be merciful to those in an inferior position to him. He should cultivate friendship with those on an equal level and meekly serve those in a higher spiritual position. Thus, he should learn to deal properly with all living entities. To serve the spiritual master, the disciple should learn cleanliness, austerity, tolerance, silence, study of Vedic knowledge, simplicity, celibacy, non-violence, and equanimity in the face of material dualities such as heat and cold, happiness and distress. One should practice meditation by constantly seeing oneself to be an eternal, cognizant spirit soul, and seeing the Lord to be the absolute controller of everything. To increase one's meditation, one should live in a secluded place and give up false attachments to one's home and household paraphernalia. Giving up the decorations of the temporary material body, one should dress himself with scraps of cloth found in rejected places or with the bark of trees. In this way, one should learn to be satisfied in any material situation. One should have firm faith that he will achieve all success in life by following those scriptures that describe the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. At the same time, one should avoid blaspheming other scriptures. One should rigidly control his mind, speech, and bodily activities, always speak the truth, and bring the mind and senses under full control. One should hear, glorify, and meditate upon the wonderful transcendental activities of the Lord. One should specifically become absorbed in the appearance, activities, qualities, and holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus inspired, one should perform all of one's daily activities as an offering to the Lord. One should perform sacrifice, charity, and penance exclusively for the Lord's satisfaction. Similarly, one should chant only those mantras which glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all one's religious activities should be performed as an offering to the Lord. Whatever one finds pleasing or enjoyable, he should immediately offer to the Supreme Lord, and even his wife, children, home, and very life air he should offer at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who desires his ultimate self-interest should cultivate friendship with those persons who have accepted Kṛṣṇa as the Lord of their life. One should further develop an attitude of service toward all living beings. One should especially try to help those in the human form of life, and among them, especially those who accept the principles of religious behavior. Among religious persons, one should especially render service to the pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 11:11, 34 to 41, and 11:19, 20 to 23, and 11:29, 9 verses 9 to 12, the Supreme Lord speaks the following words. It says, "My dear Uddhav, one can give up false pride and prestige by engaging in the following devotional activities. One may purify oneself by seeing, touching, worshipping, serving, and offering prayers of glorification and obeisances to my form as the deity and to my pure devotees. One should also glorify my transcendental qualities and activities, hear with love and faith the narrations of my glories, and constantly meditate on me. One should offer me whatever one acquires, and accepting oneself as my eternal servant, one should give oneself completely to me. One should always discuss my birth and activities, and enjoy life by participating in festivals such as Janmashtami, which glorify my pastimes. In my temple, one should also participate in festivals and ceremonies by singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, and discussing me with other Vaiṣṇavas. One should observe all the regularly celebrated annual festivals by attending ceremonies, pilgrimages, and making offerings. One should also observe religious vows such as Ekadashi and take initiation by the procedures mentioned in the Vedas, the Pancharatra, and other similar literatures. One should faithfully and lovingly support the installation of my deity, and individually or in cooperation with others, one should work for the construction of Krishna-conscious temples in cities, as well as flower gardens, fruit gardens, and special areas to celebrate my pastimes. One should consider oneself to be my humble servant without duplicity, and thus one should help to clean the temple, which is my home. First, one should sweep and dust thoroughly, and then one should further cleanse with water and cow dung. Having dried the temple, one should sprinkle scented water and decorate the temple with mandalas. One should thus act just as my servant. A devotee should never advertise his devotional activities. Therefore, his service will not be the cause of false pride. One should never use lamps that are offered to me for other purposes simply because there is a need of illumination. And similarly, one should never offer to me anything that has been offered to or used by others. Whatever is most desired by one within the material world, and whatever is most dear to oneself, one should offer that very thing to me. Such an offering qualifies one for eternal life. Firm faith in the blissful narration of my pastimes, constant chanting of my glories, unwavering attachment to ceremonial worship of me, praising me through beautiful hymns, great respect for my devotional service, offering obeisances with the entire body, performing first-class worship of my devotees, conscious of me in all living entities, offering of ordinary bodily activities and my devotional service, use of words to describe my qualities, offering the minds to me, rejection of all material desires, giving up wealth for my devotional service, renouncing material sense gratification and happiness, and performing all desirable activities such as charity, sacrifice, chanting, vows, and austerities, should all be executed for my pleasure. Always remembering me, one should perform all his duties for me without becoming impetuous. With mind and intelligence offered to me, one should fix his mind in attraction to my devotional service. One should take shelter of holy places where my saintly devotees reside, and one should be guided by the exemplary activities of my devotees who appear among the demigods, demons, and human beings. Either alone or in public gatherings with singing, dancing, and other exhibitions of royal opulence. One should arrange to celebrate those holy days, ceremonies, and festivals set aside specially for my worship. With a pure heart, one should see me, the Supreme Soul, within all beings and also within oneself. So one should see me, the Supreme Soul, within all beings and also within oneself. They should see me to be both unblemished by anything material and also present everywhere, both externally and internally, just like the omnipresent sky. I want to see again where that was. Okay, that was in the 11th canto. This Supreme Lord speaking to Uddhav. Okay. Oh, and Hare Krishna, Champak Mataji, sorry, I didn't notice you before. Okay, in the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 11 to 12, Sri Narad speaks to Vasudeva as follows. Shruto nupartito dhyata adrito vanumodita sadhya punati sadharmo deva vishva druhopihi. Pure devotional service rendered to the Supreme Lord is spiritually so potent that simply by hearing about such transcendental service, by chanting its glories in response, by meditating on it, by respectfully and faithfully accepting it, or by praising the devotional service of others, even persons who hate the demigods and all other living beings can be immediately purified. Huh, that's an interesting verse. I'd like to see a different translation of this also. 11th canto. Anyways, we can check later. I mean, I do have, what's his name? Bhanuswami's translation, which isn't always the best. You want to see it? Let's check it out, because that's a very interesting verse. Where is Kindle? One second, let me just open this up. A. Okay, whatever. Canto. I think that will bring it up. There it is. What verse is it? It is 11 to 12. Okay. 2, chapter 2. Let's see. Verse 12. What's that? Verse 10, 11, 12. Okay, here it is. This is a different translation. Pure devotional service rendered to the Supreme Lord, consisting of hearing, chanting, meditating, accepting it with faith, or praising others who perform it, immediately purifies even those who are envious of the Lord of the universe. Even those who are envious of the Lord and the universe. Okay. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 11.2.35, Kavi Muni, one of the 9 Yogendras, speaks to Nimi, the king of Videha, the following words. Yan astaya naro rajan na pramadyeta karhichit dhavan nimilyavan netre na skalen na pater iha. I remember Gurudev speaking on this verse. This is a famous verse. I think Gurudev is explaining how this is referring to Raghunuga Bhakti also, if I remember correctly. O King, one who accepts this process of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead will never blunder on his path in this world. Even while running with eyes closed, he will never trip or fall. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 11.3.33, Sri Prabhuddha Muni, one of the 9 Yogendras, speaks to Nimi, the king of Videha, as follows. This is also a famous verse. Iti bhagavatan dharman shikshan bhaktya taruttaya narayano paro mayam agyasta anjasta rati dustaram. Thus, learning the science of devotional service and practically engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, the devotee comes to the stage of love of Godhead, and by complete devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, the devotee easily crosses over the illusory energy, Maya, which is extremely difficult to cross. Lord Krishna speaks the following words to Uddhav in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 11.29.20. Nahyango pakrame dvangso madharmasyo bhavana that is udbhavananu api maya vyavastita samyam nirgunatvad anashisha. My dear Uddhav, because I have personally established it, this process of devotional service unto me is transcendental and free from any material motivation. Certainly, a devotee never suffers even the slightest loss by adopting this process. The words uttama karma refer to heaps of previous pious activities or good fortune. Okay, so that is our reading for today. Oh my God, we went overtime. Sorry, I wasn't even looking at the clock. Yeah, sorry about that. And then the Lord said, oh, let's just read this one verse because it's the end. Toma sabha sevile she Krishna bhakti pai eto boli karo paye dhore she thai. I can have devotion to Krishna only by serving you. That's what Mahaprabhu said to the devotees. Saying this, the Lord caught hold of their feet. Gaudiya Bhashya. For an explanation of the first line of this verse, see the purports to verse 41, which we just read. Then he carefully wrung out the water from someone's wet cloth and handed someone else his dhoti. He collected kusha grass and clay from the Ganga for someone, and sometimes carried a basket of flowers. He carried a basket of flowers home for someone. Although all the Vaiṣṇavas fervently requested him to refrain from such activities, saying, "What are you doing?" Vishvambar continued to serve them. In this way, Vishvambar daily acted as a servant of his own servants. What service is there that the Lord will not do for his devotees? The Lord gives up his own position for the sake of his servants. Jai. Okay, so we'll read from this point onwards tomorrow, like where we left off, I mean. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Okay, thank you for letting me go overtime, everybody. And sorry for that whole thing with the paran. Oh my God, the whole time my mind was just going nuts. Like, I was really freaked out. How many people's akadashis did I mess up? But so far, it looks like I saved most people didn't do it. I did. Right before I started, I took a grain of Jagannath Mahaprasad. And then, yeah, anyhow. All right, Kishore Prabhu, would you like to do Jai Dvani?
Jai Subrikar Sheshe Gurgauranga Ganharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Vihari Radha Nainath Radharaman Vihari Radha Madhava Shishe Radha Madan Gopal Ju Ki Jai Sri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mahan Ju Ki Jai जय नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रियव्रजचार्य पर्याष्टोत्तरस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रियव्रजचार्य पर्याष्टोत्तरस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति विज्ञान शरण नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज परिपावन गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति बल तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालीला प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्तिपुराण शिल वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालीला प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्तिपुराण त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालीला प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान गौरगंध स्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालीला प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति रक्षक क्षेत्र गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति द्वैत मार्ग गोस्वामी परम गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरुदेव चार्य केसरी की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान जगद्गुरु श्री वर्षभानाभि द्वैतदास शल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। स्वापरिकार शिल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद महापरम भगवत परवार परमहंस अवधूत अष्टोत्तरस्त शिष्यमान गौर किशोर दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद सप्तम गोस्वामी स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। नित्यालेल प्रविष्टं विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वभौम स्तोत्रस्त शिष्यमान जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। शील जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाशय वैष्णव सम्राट की जय। जय श्री कंदवासी श्री मधुसूदन बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री शील उर्वदास उदरानदास की जय। जय गुरुविदान आचार्य सुषमान बलिदेव विभूषण प्रभु की जय। जय महामहोपध्याय शिरोमणि शिल विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर पार की जय। जय शिल रसिकानंद मुरारी प्रभु की जय। जय श्री शिल रामचंद्र कविराज की जय। श्री लोचन दास ठाकुर की जय। शिल नर हरि शंकर ठाकुर की जय। जय शिल नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय। जय श्री श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। जय व्यसवतार अरिका विशल वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। प्रभुपाद शिल गोपाल भट्ट गोस्वामी की जय। जय श्री अष्टकविराज कुसुर जानव नित्यानंद दुरस गोपाल श्री चौषति महंत की जय। जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर्गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर यरमानंद लोकनाथ गर्भ आदि गौर परिषाद वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्रील ईश्वर परिपार की जय। श्री शील मारविंद्र परिपार की जय। श्री अंतद्वीप मायापुर समनद्वीप गौद्रमद्वीप मध्यद्वीप बलिद्वीप ऋतुद्वीप चांद्रद्वीप माधुरुद्रमाद्वीप रुद्रद्वीप मात्मक श्री नावद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय। श्री शांतिपुर धाम की जय। श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर गदाधर की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ गोपी कपा गो गिर गोविंदान वर्षद वनात्माक श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंग सखियामन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। वृंदावनेश्वरी ब्रजेश्वरी वृषभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय। श्री ललिता विशाख चित्र चंपकलर तुंग विद्या इंदुलेख रंग देवी सुदेवी आदि सख्य वृंद की जय। श्री आनंग प्रेम मंजलाल श्री रूप लवंग राघविल सगुणरति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि आदि मंजारी वृंद की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भगवती पूर्णमासी योगमाय देवी की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर सरशेप महादेव की जय। राधा परन गीतराम श्री वृंदावन की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमाधव जीव की जय। श्री जगत पर्वत की जय। श्री दंडभंग लीला स्थली की जय। श्री तत्व गोपीनाथ की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद जन्मस्थान की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। सर्वा विघ्ना विनाशन कुरे भक्त विघ्ना विनाश श्री नरसिंह देव की जय। भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्री प्रहलाद लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री चरिताम चरि संप्रदाय चर्यचार्य की जय। श्री मध्वार मनोज विष्णु स्वामी नंबतित्य चर्यचार्य की जय। आकर मद्रास श्री चैतन्य मार की जय। श्री गौरीमार वृंद की जय। करंतराज श्रीमार भगवताम भगवद्गीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म हरि सर्व गौरिया वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय। कल केर प्रमदान श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलियुग ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। श्री आनंद पुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समर्गत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। परम ब्रह्मन परम सत्यम परमेश्वर पति पावन प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं भगवान जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन गौर सुंदर गदाधर प्राणनाथ श्री विशंबर मिश्र निमाय पंडित श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र महाप्रभु की जय। परम दयाल भक्ति स्वरूप शिष्यमान नित्यानंद बलराम महाजान की जय। जय महाविष्णुवतार श्री शिव अवतार भक्त अवतार कमलक्ष शांतिपुर नायक सीतापराननाथ शिशिमार द्वैताचार्य चंद्र गोस्वामी गौर आनंद ठाकुर नरदेव प्रभु महाशय की जय। जय शील श्री ठाकुर जय शील द्वैत राय की जय। जय श्री सीता ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री ठाकुरानी की जय। श्री श्री सीता द्वैत राय की जय। शील चित्तानंद गोस्वामी की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य भगवान की जय। श्री श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री शिल प्रभुपाद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद गौरी वश्य की जय। शिल नरहरि शंकर ठाकुर की जय। शिल कलिय कृष्णदास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ॐ वृन्दायै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रिययै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रददेवि सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Dandavat pranams, everybody. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for joining. And tomorrow we will continue reading from this second chapter of Madhya-khaṇḍa. Do you have anything you want to say, Shubhananda Rule, Kishore Rule, Champak Mataji, before we end?
I have a question regarding Param and the Pure Bhakti calendar. How does it work during daylight savings times? So how does it? I know it's explained on Pure Bhakti, but I don't really get it.
Doesn't it say on purebhakti.com daylight savings not taken into consideration? And so
Yeah, I thought that means we have to calculate on our own.
yeah, I guess that means that that actually once happened to me. Because I've been living, you know what I mean? I've been living in India now for I think 16 years or 17 years. And so I'm not used to, in India there's no daylight savings. and so when I was in America once, I broke just looking at I saw the pot on time and I broke at that time, and then I realized, and it was like a really short gap of time. And then I found out later that it was the wrong time because daylight savings is not considered in the calendar. So, wait, daylight savings. So then, God, I actually don't know the answer to that question, but it's an important one. Yeah. It should be made more clear, though, shouldn't it, on purebhakti.com calendar? It just says it's not considered, but it should say, so one should add an hour or subtract an hour, right? What would it be?
I mean, the
Daylight.
fall we fall back, in the spring we spring forward.
Okay, so then you should add an hour, right? During the summertime, you should add an hour. Yeah, that's right. During the summertime, add an hour to whatever it says on the calendar.
Okay. We're in winter though, so I guess
So then just
subtract.
follow what the calendar says,
Okay.
right? I mean, double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because when I broke it, I broke it too early, and it was because I needed to add an hour. So I think it was during the summertime, and I had to add an hour. Yeah. Anyhow. All right. God, I just broke though. I'm really good at paran. Like I'm always very on top of it with paran. And I but I made a mistake when I was copying this calendar onto the Google Calendar. I didn't notice it said after sunrise. Sorry, no, it said after 10:30. I messed up, and so I just broke my fast too early. I don't know what to do. Anyways, I guess I just have to beg forgiveness and.
And Hare Krishna.
One time I followed Akadashi the full day very strictly, and then at nighttime I was served hot milk. This was I think it was in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math. Yeah, it was in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math. And I was served hot milk, and then I drank the milk, and then at the very bottom of the cup I saw a grain of rice. And so then I asked a Vaishnav who I respect very much what I should do, and he said, well, you should follow Akadashi again. So then I had to follow Akadashi the next day. And yeah, I followed Akadashi 2 days in a row.
I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago that it was Balaram Purnima the day after, and he went to the Radha Damodar Mandir, and Pujari there gave you some Mahaprasad
Oh,
grains.
yes.
Yeah, and then you wrote
That
on
did happen.
Facebook like what to do. I just broke Param. Ram and the devotees, and one god sister of mine said, "Well, I went to my Guru Maharaj because I broke Ekadashi once, and he said, just chant more Harinam. Haristane aparade tara Harinam."
Okay. That's a
And
lot
then other
easier.
and then other devotees in the comments said, "Well, Shripad Badain Maharaj told me to chant 64 rounds." And then another devotee wrote, "I'm sorry, you have to go and sink yourself in the Ganga. It is the only way."
Oh my God.
They were joking though.
Yes.
And then there was one comment saying, like, according to Hari Bhakti Vilas, you have not broken your fast. And you wrote back to him, like, what do you mean? And he wrote back
Oh
saying,
yeah.
according to Hari Bhakti Vilas, it says that foods given to you by foods that a Brahmin desires that you eat does not break your fast. The Guru's order does not break a fast.
Yeah, okay. You have such a good memory. I completely forgot about all that. Wow. Now I remember all that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll just chant extra Harinam today then. That's what I'll do. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And see you all tomorrow.
Today Kṛṣṇa Das is a Tirubhav, right?
Is it today?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I do have that written down in my calendar. But then I checked the GVP calendar and it wasn't there. And so then I was wondering, that's anyhow.
Well, it's usually around this time of year.
Yeah. Kaliya Krishna Das. Wait, it's not Kala Krishna Das. It's Kaliya Krishna Das, huh? Like
Kaliya Kṛṣṇa Das, yeah.
Is that the one who? That's not the one who subsists on Vaishnavas remnants. That's Kalidas, right?
That's Kalidas, yeah.
Who is Kaliya Krishna Das? Can you say a little something about him? Do you remember?
It's not the one that Mahaprabhu, much.
Like that was the one that went with the Bhattaharis. That's
no, it's specified that it's not. It's actually specified that it's not. Yeah, I don't think much is written about him.
Okay, well, Kaliya Krishna Das ki jai. It's his appearance day or disappearance day?
Disappearance.
Tadya Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki jai.
Jai.
Or Parshad Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
All right, so I'll see you all tomorrow. I have, this is the first time I ever sat here, but I'm gonna try to make a whole nice setup here, like, so I have a nice background and all that.
What does the book of Vaman Goswami Maharaj say?
That's Prabandhavali. It's a collection of all his articles.
Has it been translated into English?
Nope, but many have. Like, many have appeared in the Rays of the Harmonist issues, but not the entire book. Yeah, it's a great book. Yeah, that'd be, it's thick though. But yeah, this would be such a fun publication. That's actually my dream. That would be my dream, is to have books of all of our Acharya's articles, like a book of all of Param Gurudev's articles. This is Param Gurudev's Prabandhavali is right here. These are all of Param Gurudev's articles. Śrī Prabandhavali. And then a book of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj's articles, and a book of, but that's a huge job. One thing Śrīvāsa did though, he collected all of the articles of Srila Prabhupada that were published in Bhagavat Patrika and Gaudiya Patrika. There are over 70 articles that Srila Prabhupada wrote. And he's been really trying to urge me to start translating them. And but I have so much on my plate right now. He said, oh, you know, all these Prabhupada disciples are leaving their bodies, and like, this is our chance. And but it's a big job also. So, but maybe that might happen in the future. We'll see.
Do you think that Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj's book on the Gayatri Mantra is ever going to get published? Or not published, translated into English, I mean.
This book right here, it's Śrī Gayatri Mantra Vivruti. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj didn't actually publish this book, but he ordered it to be published. But it was actually, they put it out after his time. So it was done under his instructions. Śrīvāsa translated a lot of this, I remember, but he didn't complete it. That was the plan before. Actually, was before for Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj's centennial, we were going to publish this book, but then we ended up publishing the letter book instead. So yeah, I don't know if this will ever be finished.
Yeah.
Śrīvāsa, though, he translated this, and then there is like a big section that Śrīvāsa thought was really important, and it was missing from this book, and there's something that he wasn't 100% satisfied with this book, but I don't know the details. You'd have to find out from him.
See. You know, this next year, it's the 150th anniversary of the appearance of Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And it is the centennial of Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, well, then thanks for letting me know that. Maybe we can read that book, Sweet, Sweeter, Sweetest, by, what's his name? His name's now Paramadvaiti Maharaj. He was Prahlad Prabhu before. He was Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj's personal sevak. So we could read that book. I read parts of it, and it's very beautifully written, very inspiring book. So we can read that full book today. His appearance is on Ram Navami, though, right? Ram Navami.
Yeah, Ram Navami.
So after Gaur Purnima time, we can read that. Okay, cool. Great to know.
Hari Bol, Prabhu.
Yes, Shubhananda.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think Kishore Krishna Prabhu just mentioned some shlokas for glorification of Advaita Acharya, and we read today about Advaita Acharya. Recently, in Vrindavan Parikrama, Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Viput Bodhayan Goswami Maharaj, there at the Radha Damodar temple, they have made new. I think I recently said online only, not physically present. Panchatattva. Obviously, many times we see the Panchatattva statues or images with Advaita Acharya having beards. So he mentioned there that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada mentions that Advaita Acharya is a Vishnu Tattva, and no Vishnu Tattva should be depicted with mustache and beards.
Yes, I've heard that point also. I've heard that many times. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting though, because under the direction of Srila Swami Maharaj, Advaita Acharya, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Advaita Acharya always had a beard, but I have heard that actually all Vishnu Tattva forms, maybe that was done just to show like that he was senior to Mahaprabhu, and like that he, because by age he was like that, but maybe actually he didn't have a big beard like that and everything.
The Advaita Vamsha highly objects to the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Advaita Vamsha. There's not much I can comment on. There's not much I can comment on that, but one devotee asked Gurudev that someday that Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata had a beard and that he would shave it after Chaturmas. And then he said, but I heard that Vishnu Tattva had no beard. He was telling that to Gurudev, and then Gurudev asked, oh, Nrsingadev had beard or not? Parshuram had beard or not? This question there is no Siddhanta to this question.
But no, yeah, that's a very interesting point though. But I have heard though also Shubhananda, what you were saying. I've heard the same thing. But okay, that's different considerations. Yeah.
It would be interesting to find out though regarding Advaita Prabhu's beard. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no mention of a beard anywhere that I've ever heard of.
What about Parshuram Bhagavan?
Parshuram though isn't Parshuram Shaktivesh?
Yeah, pretty sure but he's still Vishnu Tattva.
He's also Dashavatar.
Yeah.
But also Shaktivesh, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting consideration though. Yeah, All right, Dandavat pranams everybody. Hare Krishna. See you all
Jai
tomorrow.
Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe. Oh, just quickly seeing if anybody wrote something on YouTube or Facebook. No. Okay, yeah. Sudevi Didi says that it is today. Kaliya Krishna. Okay, we can check on Ishwara Chaitanya Vani. Okay. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hari Bol.